I'm in a mood and I feel the need to call some people out. It's the first of the year. It's January 1st, and I know some people watching this have already quit their New Year's resolutions. Or they've at least considered it.
And do you think everyone has made one?
I feel like officially, I don't think everyone officially makes one, but I think a lot of people generate the ideas in their head.
Right. So whether it's they're already thinking about what they want this 2026 to look like, and they've thought of some things, whether they've actually declared a goal or New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I think I've decided I'm skipping 2026.
Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You can call me in 2027, okay?
No. What are you going to do? Just lay in bed and covers over your head?
Probably.
Nope.
If my morning was any indication of how 2026 is going to go, we're going to skip right over it.
You know what? We have those moments. And I do think that that's what happens. A lot of times people overgeneralize, like, this is supposed to be a new day and it's supposed to be all, everything is supposed to go pretty well. You know what? No. Things are going to happen. And so we have to think of them as a moment or a blip in time. And you can always get things back on track. Right? Like sometimes it's a little speed bump. Sometimes it's a really big speed bump. Sometimes you veer off into the ditch. But how do you get it back on track for the rest of the day?
I was like halfway in the ditch this morning.
What?
Yeah.
Which, anyway, there's a lot of ditches.
The metaphoric ditch.
Okay.
I was done. I was over it.
But look at you. You're here now.
Yeah.
Yes. All sparkly and smiling. So yeah. So you started off by saying that being the first day of the new year, people have already either thought about quitting or actually maybe have already not met their goal.
Yeah.
So let's break that down a little bit. So we're talking about New Year's and what that brings with it, especially in the context of being able to set goals, because New Year's Day is one of the most pivotal time that people will set big goals for themselves, right? Like there's always this concept of let me start on Monday or let me start at this new, first day of the month. But New Year's is a time of reflection. We're coming off of that post sort of holiday slump. We've been thinking more. And sort of that concept of out with the old, in with the new. What do we not want to bring with us into this new year? And what do we want to make happen?
Yeah, New Year's goals.
Do I have any New Year's goals?
Sorry, resolutions. What's the difference between goals and resolutions? Is there one?
Ooh, I don't know semantically if there is a big difference. I'm just going to give you sort of my thought off the top of my head, which is I think a goal is a very specific outcome that you want to achieve, right? Like if I set a goal, this is the outcome that I want to have. Whereas a resolution, I think when you're looking at the base of the word is I'm resolving. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to resolve any of the things that are going on in my world, right? So a resolution is my way to solve whatever it is I don't want or I do want. Do you see the difference? I mean,
they feel very similar.
They do. I think a resolution can include a goal. A goal does not always have to include a resolution, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I think that resolution, which is sort of, like I said, that what do I not want to bring in to this new year with me, right? That is my resolution. I do not want that. What I do want is this. And then when you have that, then I think which is why maybe so many New Year's resolutions fail. Like we say this, But yet, what are we doing to break it down into maybe actionable goals that we can actually achieve?
You gonna bring up your becoming board? Because
oh,
at this point, I don't know. I'm very anti things that just make sense, you know?
Yes. So, obviously, we're recording this before New Year's Day. So I'm still working.
We're actually recording this on New Year's Eve.
Right, but I still have time tonight. Y'all, we're a little, our schedule. That's one of my resolutions. We are going to be recording and have things.
My New Year's resolution is just survive at this point.
At this point, yes. Well, that's what happens when you're in grad school. So I've never done a vision board. These are very common, you know.
I want to do one.
We're going to do it today. Like, after we're done with this, we're going to go buy the little supplies.
I gotta go edit. I got things to do. We've discussed this.
Well, then I'll go do it. I'll go buy the stuff. You edit. And then by tonight, we're going to do this. Anyways.
Okay, vision boards. Yes, we all know what they are. They're how you want your... By the end of the year, that's how you want your life to look. Her ideas... I don't think it's like her original idea, but like it's something that's been done that she sees that she likes. It's a becoming board. It's the steps that you're taking to become that vision.
Yes.
Anyways, we weren't getting there fast enough for my liking.
Okay. Wow. I knew we were coming in today. A little touchy today. That's all right.
I feel like it's been a hot minute since I brought the sass, so I had to.
Yes. So I've never done a vision board. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've seen other people do them, talk about them. And I don't know, maybe I just haven't been organized enough, or I would like to do it as a party instead of just doing it by myself, but that's okay. And so as I was thinking about this and just even thinking of resolutions and goals in general and what I want for myself in the coming year, and I'm one of those that I do like to have a solid 5-year plan, 3 years at least. You know, we already have the big calendar on the wall because I live by the calendar and like to plan things out and so forth. But I think one of the challenges is, and why a lot of resolutions fail, is we get so busy in the day-to-day life, right? Like these things that I want for myself or in my world or don't want, but then life is happening and it's either my old habits getting in the way or convenience or what have you. So I don't know. Do you have any New Year's goals? And I want to get back to the other vision board, becoming board, but
I got lots. And some of them I think are like just setting me up for failure in general. Yeah, I want to run a marathon. That one's setting me up for failure for sure because I don't like running.
So then let me, y'all. But this is why. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, okay.
I'll come back to this.
So
you know I will.
Well, why don't we just dive into that one real quick? I don't like treadmills at all. I hate them. I feel like to me, there's no purpose because you're not going anywhere, doing anything. It's all about the experience of the walk or the run, and the treadmill is just, it's not the vibe. Okay? Personally, that's my opinion.
You do it.
And yet I do it because it's too cold outside at the moment. I live in the Midwest. I'm not about this life. But then I don't run. I'm not a runner. I don't have the form for it. I don't have the stamina for it. So I'm not going to go out and about and run and let people judge me. And I know this all comes back to my father.
Yes.
Because we will drive around and he'll go, that lady shouldn't be running. He's judgmental.
He is very judgmental about people's form. Okay. And not that he's the best.
He doesn't run.
He doesn't run.
He barely walks half the time.
Well, he
walks.
Swaggers. He's like got his big chest out and like stomping with a balls of his heel and so forth. So like, yeah. And I don't know if like this is like if he's become more judgmental because he literally works with runners, you know, as part of FedEx,
but none of them actually run.
They don't run. It's like how fast can you get from the truck to the
like you fast walking.
It's so but I know that he has made fun of you for your running form.
When did this happen?
Oh wait, he doesn't do it in front of you? He doesn't tell you these things?
No, he doesn't do this in front of me, Angel.
Oops. I'm gonna just I thought you were going with this.
No.
Oopsies.
So running
the cat's out of the
back. Running a marathon is off the list.
You go run. If that makes you happy and achieve other goals, who cares what somebody like your father...
back tears right now.
Are you crying from hurt feelings or laughter?
Both.
Oh. When you said that, I thought you...
No, I know he makes fun of other people. So I didn't want him to make fun of me. But damn, okay.
So see, now that you know that... Who doesn't he make fun of with the running? Maybe this is a him issue that he's not confident. You okay over there?
No.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling I need to warn your dad to not be around when you come home.
Anyways, so running's off the New Year's resolution.
Or why not do this? If running is something that you want to do.
No. I'm really good, honestly.
But why not, especially if it's about form, why not get a coach, right? Or
who has the money for that, Angel? You just cut me off. And I have $0 in my bank account once I pay my bills next month.
You'll be okay. There will be another paycheck. You'll be okay.
My eyes are watering.
Oh, didn't mean to dysregulate you with that. I feel like I just crushed your dreams or told you the thing that you feared is actually happening.
Because you did. That's precisely what you did.
I thought that that's what you were talking about.
No,
like you were self-aware, like that you knew. And listen,
I know my form's not great, but I don't see his ass running anywhere.
No, but I also... it's not like your dad's not shy about just saying it to your face. Anything. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
let's just not give a whole lot of thought to what he says sometimes because it is your dad.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair. So, I mean, great guy. And yet he likes to tell stories. He just likes to entertain. So that could just be part of his entertainment of other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I am certain he has never seen any of our listeners actually run to make fun of their form. So, listeners, you're all safe. And we'll tell him to stop it.
None of you are safe. And I've told him to stop it. He doesn't listen. He's old.
Ouch. There is that. So, I think this goes back to setting realistic goals, which is, first of all, if you're not currently a runner, have no, this isn't something that you enjoy. Why make a goal of...
How do I know I don't enjoy it if I'm not doing it?
Well, then maybe start smaller. Why not start with a 5K?
I'm a firm believer of go big or go home.
Great.
I don't do anything half-assed.
That's true. So do you want to aim for like an October marathon? Like you could start from now to then like running a 10K in May and then building up to a marathon.
I got back problems.
You got back problems. So this may not be the most realistic goal. So do you really want to bring this in knowing that you will likely not achieve
I love
this?
having a goal, that I know I won't achieve. But like, I'm gonna attempt.
Wait, what kind of I had some words go through my head that I'm not going to say for our younger listeners. Let's just go with what kind of nonsense is that? Like, I like setting goals that I know that there's no way that I can achieve.
I think this goes into my idea that I always plan to fail.
What?
Yeah. Like when we're talking about grades, I would go into like every big project like with the idea, I'm gonna fail this, but it's okay. I think it's okay. It's like, what is it? It's like exposure therapy. Exposure to disappointment and failure.
Like, it's good for you.
Yes.
Like, just embrace it. Like, plan to fail.
I think it's really good for someone who achieves so much. I think it's good to be knocked down a couple pegs every once in a while.
Because you don't want to succeed at everything you set your mind to.
Sometimes it's really okay for you to fail at something. And I'm really okay if I fail at my goal of running a marathon.
And you know what? I am perfectly fine with that. You know, because sometimes the failure is not really failure, right?
Exactly.
Especially if you set a goal and you were showing progress, but then maybe something happened. Like people train for marathons and, you know, they might have an injury or something. But there was some things that happened for them, even if they weren't able to achieve that particular goal, which is, and so there was learning and growth in that opportunity. And yet, there's something that I'm not certain that feels quite right about, let me just set a goal over here that I know I'm not going to achieve, not really going to invest any effort into.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm not going to invest effort. It's like, I'm setting this goal. I'll give running a try.
You will?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to go well. I don't think it's going to go anywhere at all, but I'll give it a try. And, you know, if I end up liking it, the goal is a marathon by the end of the year. That's if I end up liking it and continue on with it. Like, I'm going to give it a try, but I don't foresee liking it and I don't foresee running a marathon.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if you've talked with anyone who does enjoy running.
I think my biggest, like, ick about running is it takes so much time. A marathon? Like, how many hours of my day is a marathon going to take? I don't have that many hours in the day.
So then why a marathon? Why not a half marathon?
Because I don't do anything half-assed.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. I'm all in or I'm all out.
And that works usually really well for you because you're a very determined individual. Mm-hmm. But a half marathon is pretty awesome too.
Well, if I'm halfway there, why don't I just finish it?
Because that's a lot of miles.
Okay. If I can put the miles on my car, I feel like I can put it on myself.
You go for that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this goes back to my idea of why this year, right? I even though I haven't ever created a vision board, I've certainly created one in my head. And so this year I want to actually get that down. But that's the first step. And so I heard about this concept of adding to it, which I love. I love two-step processes more than one. Because I always
think you're a very type A person. If I had to judge you, I think you're type A and I'm type B.
I don't know what would give you that idea. Yes. I mean, most people...
Because sometimes I hear you talk and I'm like, girl, no. A two-step process? Why are we thinking about the steps here? Just achieve.
Because this is the other part, which is one, the vision board, what I want it to look like, but why I think many people fail, including myself, because there's some resolutions and goals. I feel like I'm very much like you, very determined I can meet my goals. There's some things I feel like are more of a struggle for me than others. You know, some very obvious, right? Which is being a health related, like, health do well, but weight management can be a real struggle for many of us, certainly me. There's some things that are just sort of obvious. And, you know, so we can set these goals of what we want it to look like, what I could envision, you know, at my healthiest weight, what I looked like, what I want myself to look like with strength training and endurance and stamina and so forth and vitality. And yet the thing that I think and why I like this concept of the becoming board, which is that messy middle process, right? The thing that's not so glamorous, the hard part, right? Because motivation, and I think that's where, right? Vision is about motivation. Like, I want to do this. I'm motivated to do this. But motivation by itself is not going to help me achieve that. It's the consistency and the discipline. And so I think that's what that becoming board is, which is that next step. So if these are the things that I want to do, then yes, those images of the treadmill or the strength training or the plank or the plates of fruits and vegetables and so forth. So these are the things that I know that I'm going to have to do to achieve that vision that I have for myself. And so that becoming process of this is the day-to-day stuff that I have to do. And then what I'm hoping to do is to update that with progress pictures and so forth. Mm-hmm. It's a great idea, isn't it? Mm-hmm. We're going to do this.
You're going to do that.
I'll do this by myself.
I'm not making a becoming board. I know the steps that I need to take, and I will just do them. I don't need to see them.
That's awesome. And yay for those of you who can do that.
My tummy's making so much noise over here.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Well, I don't ever know if it's going to pick up on the mic or not. You know?
Right. And so you said you want to run a marathon, but not really. You'll see if you like it. So really,
it's really just my way of making myself do something that I don't typically do.
Right. So your goal is more about, I want to explore something that I want to do, but I'm not so certain that I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
And if I'm going to go all in on it, I'm going to go all in on it.
Right. You know? Like your... I think that goes back to what Stephen Covey says, right? One of the 7 habits of highly effective people, which is begin with the end in mind. So if you're going to run, you're beginning this process of running with the whole concept of let me run a marathon, because that is the ultimate goal for many runners.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Y'all, I felt like what she just said. Okay.
Anyways.
So what other goals do you have?
I'm cutting out sugar entirely.
Mm-hmm. So you're cutting out sugar?
Mm-hmm. I've done that before.
Right.
It's gone well for me.
Yes. I'm doing that one with you. Yeah. And it does go really well for us when we do that, especially when we both do it together.
I just don't want to hear about how you're craving sweets. That's all I'm saying. That's my only line there. That's the line I'm drawing. Because it doesn't pop into my mind till it's said aloud. Okay?
Same here. You can't say that to me either. Because I'm your ride or die. If you want a sweet, if you're craving chocolate or a hula bowl or something, I'm there with you.
Okay.
And so I think that brings in this concept of support, though, too, which is we're more likely to be successful with some of our goals when we are doing it with someone else. Mm-hmm.
What else? I had other goals.
Uh-oh.
I'm cutting out coffee.
No! Wait, what?
You know this.
I know. You said this, and I was hoping it was just a moment of delirium on your part. No. Because y'all, I
don't think 1 to 2 large coffees a day is very helpful, and it's definitely not very helpful to my budget.
No, it's not helpful to your budget.
And I just don't get the same feeling with an at-home coffee. I don't.
Maybe you haven't found the right blend or the right...
No, I don't. It's not the same.
It's not the same. It doesn't
taste the same. No.
I've heard people say that keep the same cup and just wash it out and make it at home and it will taste the same.
We bought to-go cups that give similar vibes, and it worked for like 2 or 3 coffees, and then it just no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing I have to say, and this is that hard part, right? Which, because I'm supporting you, and yet I'm also really afraid for myself to be around you when you're not having coffee.
Listen, the first couple weeks might be rough, okay? The first couple weeks you might want to stay away from me a little bit.
I will. I mean, let's talk about this morning. And it's like, let's go get you a cup of coffee. And we did, and it's much better.
Okay, I had a rough morning. Leave me alone. Like we said, metaphorically, I was halfway in the ditch.
Yes. And that coffee is what sort of helped pull you out a little bit. So love your goal. Let's
be realistic here. I was thinking like go buy 1 cup of coffee a month, but like,
or once a week. I used to do that like every Friday.
I don't think I can control myself that much.
It's got to be much more limited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm all in or I'm all out. And I think once a week is just a little too half in, too half out.
There are some, it's a theory. And I do think that there's a lot to it, which is trying to do something like 80% of the time is just too hard. And so doing something 100% is just easier when you're making a choice that this is what I'm doing, who I am, and so that the all or nothing can be helpful to some people as long as it's not taken to a point where it's not healthy.
I'm an all or nothing kind of person.
Well, and that also,
it just works for me.
Yeah. The all or nothing. It also gets into decision fatigue too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I take a cup of coffee to get through my day, or do I eat this or do I eat that? And decision
do I go spend the money? Do I not? If I'm on my second cup of coffee, do I really need a second one? Do I really need to spend the extra money?
And how many espresso shots should we add to properly dose myself? Mm-hmm.
It's rough out here, guys.
Yes, it is hard. And then
I don't get when people are like, I could never eat the same thing every day for the rest of my life. Like, I could eat the same thing for dinner every single day.
Me too. But the issue is your dad cannot.
Right.
But you and I can. But I do want to go back to realizing the last 2 things that you said, and even my response to it, which is, when you think about these substances that we consume, right? Sugar and caffeine. And
they didn't say I was cutting out caffeine entirely. Just
coffee. And so what holds they can have on us, or how we're using them to cope to get through our day. And are we living a life? I know certainly this is one of my challenges. Am I, because I do think about that, like, what all do I have to do today? Am I seeing clients until 8:00 tonight? Do I have class until 9:30 tonight? And how much caffeine and when do I do that to help me manage my energy through the day? I also think about how much water do I need, and I also think about how much movement. But that's one of my goals. Is I know I need more movement.
We're talking about like caffeine and our goals, and I'm like, do I need a Carter's drink today?
Ooh.
If I'm cutting out sugar starting tomorrow, do I need to go out with a bang with a Carter's drink?
And is that what a lot of New Year's Eve festivities are about, which is like, let me do everything today because tomorrow I'm starting new, I'm starting fresh, I'm not going to do this anymore?
Well, I think so, because like I got a Carter's drink earlier this week, I think. I don't know. I don't remember the last time, and I know damn well I did not sip on it thinking, yeah, this is going to be my last Carter's drink for a while. Same thing with my last Big Good. I think it was Christmas cookies. But I didn't eat that, being mindful, being like, okay, let me savor this because it's going to be the last time for a little bit.
So almost like on New Year's Eve, people are doing sort of their last, feeling like they're the last meal.
It's like their final goodbye.
Right? Out with this old stuff, but before I get rid of it, let me just eat it all. Just drink it all.
I think, no, I see it as like being mindful about saying goodbye to bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
by engaging in them instead of right.
But doing it in a mindful way.
Okay. But
you know, she's all about mindfulness until it's something that I'm talking about. You're all about like eating mindfully, savoring things. Why can't I do that as I'm saying goodbye to my baked goods?
Oh. Well, that's one way of looking at it. And you can do whatever works for you. And I think that that's one of the things that a lot of people need to realize. And then even learning from even some of our own, however we perceive them, if they're past failures or I tried this, it didn't work out. Like, I think part of the process of setting resolutions and goals is learning what works for us and what doesn't. And what works for one person may not necessarily work for someone else.
80-20 does not work for me.
No, I don't think it doesn't work for me either.
Sometimes 90-10 works for me. Like every once in a while. It depends on the habit.
Mm-hmm. I do, like, especially health goals. I do really well when it's, I do this every day. I eat this for every lunch. And then
you go out of town and it's like, okay, a little bit of a lead room there, but.
Yeah. But then back to my day-to-day consistent discipline. This is what I'm doing. I think the other thing is that it really helps with decision fatigue too. Like, I don't want to think about what I need to order or make or do. Like, this is just sort of my to-go that I know it's within, that's going to align with my health goals and so forth.
My other New Year's goals, these are my last ones, are my fitness goals. I want to get back to walking every day for at least 2 miles. Because back when I was at my fittest and my skinniest, I was walking 4 to 6 miles a day. On top of that, I was also working out my little 30, 45-minute workout. And so I plan on getting back to that. Because I had muscles. And if I tried, I could have had abs. See, that's another goal I'm setting. I want abs. But that's another one that that I'm going in with mindset that it's probably not going to happen. Because realistically, I can't force abs. I can force a marathon. I can't force abs. They just sort of happen.
And yet there's people out there and trainers out there who will say, like, there's certain things, exercises and moves that you can do.
You can train your core, but like there's enough fluff covering those abs. Like, they're there. They are there. I got the ab muscles. They're there. They're under some fluff.
You're a gorgeous girl.
I'm not saying the fluff is bad. I'm not saying there's a lot of it either. I'm just saying it's there, and I can't force it to go away to have abs, but I can certainly work towards abs.
Yes. And so when you say abs, and to me, this is why a vision board is helpful. Like, because abs can mean very different things to different people. Are you wanting like 6-pack?
No,
and
we've been through
some people want this little line. I didn't even know this was a thing. They want this little line that goes down.
Yes, those are the ones I want.
The 6-pack and the line, or just the line?
Just like the line. The lean look.
The lean look.
The not like overly, I work out, I'm a bodybuilder 6-pack. The like lean, like, I'm fit, but like, I don't try too hard.
Okay. So you sort of know what you want it to look like with that. Okay.
It's there already.
It's there.
It's there. It's there. I know it's there.
Foundation. You're there. So run a marathon, refrain from eating sugar, and
no caffeine.
No caffeine.
No coffee.
No coffee. So see, this is this tricky part, right? With resolutions and goals. What is the real goal behind the no coffee? Is it that you don't want to go purchase coffee every day? Or are you just going to replace the coffee with another caffeinated beverage? Right? Are we giving ourselves enough loopholes to like, well, I said no coffee, but that didn't include my Carter's drink.
Well, that's included the no sugar, so.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I left enough room for like a bubbler.
Oh.
Yes.
Because you do.
I do like bubblers. They hurt my tummy if I drink them on an empty stomach. If I found that one out.
Okay.
Anyways, it's just giving a little extra information than needed. It's okay.
Right? But this is getting to know yourself and what works, right?
But it's cheaper than buying coffee every day. By like a lot. So.
By a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So running a marathon. No sugar. No coffee. Working out. And abs.
Yes.
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 Okay.
How many goals are too many goals for New Year's? Because I feel like that was getting a lot.
That was getting a lot.
But like they all coordinate pretty well.
And that's what I would say is sometimes you can pull some of those together. I typically, when I'm working with clients, when I'm even doing myself, and I can set a lot of goals. But I like to see no more than 3 because I think it's a lot. But you're right in that some of them were health related.
See, abs and working out, and then
the running,
and no sugar all go under health.
They do.
Healthy lifestyle.
And especially the 3 are all about exercise.
Yes.
And so I would probably make that one goal, which is, what is it you're really trying to accomplish with those?
All of those things.
Yeah. And to me, those are, right? So you've got goals. And then when you take a goal, you then break it down into objectives, right? Which to achieve this goal, I need to be.
She's talking smart goals now, guys.
Right. So
can I just say, you brought them up earlier and I was like, I hate SMART goals. I do. And I simply think I hate them because it's like the desired set of goals. I think I just like hate conforming to like.
You hate conforming.
Pretty much.
And I think SMART goals are.
I just think they're overly complicated. Like personally, I do not need that much information. I just need to. Yes.
Well, I think the SMART goals is a framework to make certain that your goal. Right. Because if people are like, I want to exercise, right? That's not specific. It's not measurable, right? So instead it's, I want to get in better shape and I'm going to do that by running 4 times a week, by focusing on some core because I want to build abs. And what was your other? Oh, your workout. So
basically my goals overall were just broad enough for me to not need a SMART goal.
I think they were broad and I mean, they're good and you're determined enough. And I have a feeling that you probably create these without knowing them, without them really, like without using the SMART framework, you probably know enough that it's like, okay, the time specific, like I know I have to do this. Because you were saying already, like, I know I had to do 2 to 4 miles a day, or I want to do a minimum of 2 miles. When I was at my best, I was doing 4 to 6 miles a day, right? That's specific. That's measurable. And you were saying every day, that's time relevant. So you already were doing some of these, but I think when people make them too broad, or then this is the other part, you were also doing that at a time when you probably had more time available to you.
Therefore, I need to make more time.
You either need to carve out more time in your day to make this happen or you need to readjust. Because for many of us, it's not realistic to be working out 1 to 2 hours a day. I mean, can anyone do this? Of course we can.
Personally, I don't have a social life, and therefore I think I have enough time.
Exactly. But if it comes down to it, especially as you're adding, your graduate work and your practicum and your job, what gives? And
my job. She like the answer.
I don't like that answer.
My job.
That's okay.
I will prioritize my physical and mental well-being over being your job. Being your worker. Words are hard today, okay?
Being my worker.
Well, I said being your job. And I was like, well, that's not right. Being your employee.
And I do think that your generation, Gen Z, is very good at saying that, right? Which is...
Well, I think if I was working for anyone else, I wouldn't say that. But like,
right.
Over here is like it's practicum and grad school, and then it's like on top of that, working and balancing my mental and physical health. Like, I'm gonna put that above the working because I have give there. Not that you like me having give there, but
I'm one of those, as long as things get done, we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we can reshuffle. And so I think that goes back to what are our priorities, because that's the other thing. Like, we set these resolutions or these goals, but a lot of times we don't think of them in relation to all the other competing priorities and responsibilities that we have in our life. So for instance, I can say, and I can and should, right? Then we get into the shoulds, and that's where a lot of the time the dissonance, the getting onto myself for not making these things happen, because wellness and health, when we look at those as a value, if that's important to us, then we will do that. When we think about, all right, well, my overall, and I think a lot of moms especially do this, right? Yes, my health is important. So is my family. So is, so taking care of my children, my spouse, what have you. And so a lot of times we end up putting those things, and part of that may be, and obviously most of us need an income, a job. And so that's important to us in our careers. And so it's not ever that these things aren't important to us as our values. It's how do we balance and live those values? Because I do think that living our values is one of the most important things for us to feel like we're doing what we want in life, right? If I'm feeling that these are the things that are important, which I think is what's important when we're doing our vision board, right? That those typically should reflect what's important to us in our life. So relationships usually show up oftentimes in vision boards.
They will not be in mine.
Relationships?
No. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the trend where people eat 12 grapes underneath the table at midnight on New Year's Eve?
Wait, what?
Yes. Okay, so they do it, and then supposedly you're supposed to get a boyfriend that year, or find the love of your life that year, whatever, your soulmate.
I have never heard of this.
This has been a thing for years. Anyways, I was watching a video because it came up on my TikTok last night, and I was reading the comments about how it worked out so well for people and da-da-da-da, and I was looking at it like, you met your soulmate and got engaged within the same year. And personally, I will not be eating 12 grapes at midnight underneath the table for that this year.
You won't.
I will not. I don't want it bad enough. Nope. When I really looked at those people's like stories, and they're like, yeah, it's amazing, it's great. I'm like, girl, are you sure? Clearly, then it came to my realization that I really just don't want it that bad.
Mm-hmm. So then that brings up a couple of things for me, which is this something that you're not wanting in your life right now because you have so many other things, as we were talking about, values and priorities? Mm-hmm. Or is there a level of desperation that people reach, that they want something so badly and haven't been able to make it happen? So let me eat 12 grapes sitting under the table.
That's a very valid point. I never thought of it like that.
Right. Because I think when people want something really badly and haven't been able to make it happen for themselves, we're really willing to try almost anything, right? Desperation, unfulfilled desires, that happens. I don't want to go down this path, but as somebody who struggled for years with infertility, and
if I told you eating 12 grapes underneath the table would get you kids.
Oh, I would have been eating 12 grapes under the table, especially at that time. Absolutely. That would have been one of the easier things I would have had to have done to make that happen, And I think that, again, this comes back to, what are your values? If your values are that you want, one, to be in a relationship because having intimacy with another person, that partner, is one of the most basic human instincts. When you look at Erickson's stages of development, the intimacy versus isolation, and many people want that intimate partner relationship. And for many people, they see that as a traditional path to then have the family that they want. And so family and relationships is one of the most important values that a lot of people have. And so we're willing to do a lot to make that happen. So
I am not.
No 12 grapes this year.
No.
Could you update us next year on whether that's in your plans?
I'll keep you updated. Right. I don't know. I don't think if I have to get under a table and eat 12 grapes to get a boyfriend, I don't want it.
Right. So then so you're still hoping for it to happen organically.
Like, if it happens, naturally. Whatever. But like,
y'all, I'm going to be checking at midnight.
You will find me asleep in my bed. I hate to tell you.
Yes. I usually do try to celebrate.
We'll see if we make it there.
Dropping, but so again, we've talked about some of the typical goals and New Year's resolutions that people set, which tend to be health related. And those are oftentimes the exercise, eating well. And I was surprised to see that over a third of the people have been setting mental wellness goals, like goals related to their mental health. So that's pretty awesome. And I think most people are understanding the connection between their mental health and their physical health too. And so just by increasing physical health and better nutrition, a lot of times their mental health will also improve. So health and wellness is a big one. Relationships we've talked about. Career goals, a lot of times people have with that. Ooh, the other...
one of my goals.
What is it? What's your goal?
Career goal. I want our channel to hit 1 million subscribers.
1 million subscribers, yep. Y'all. On one channel or...
On this one.
Huh?
On YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so on New Year's Eve day, we're at 74.
Yeah.
Unless it's gone down.
It hasn't.
So 74 and 1 million. Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
You go, girl. I hope you get that. I mean,
once again, I like setting goals that are not necessarily, that I don't necessarily plan on achieving.
Right, but then how will you know? So this is another thing too, is sometimes people set like good, better, and best goals too.
No, I will not be doing that. Once again, all in or all out.
So we can't set like 1,000 people would be good.
No.
500,000 people would be good.
I think I'd be satisfied at the end of the year, but like, that's not the goal.
Go big. I love it. I've also done a lot of that in my life, right? Set really big goals. Okay. So grow this as a career goal. Mm-hmm. So career goals are very common. And you sort of mentioned this, but after health, what the second largest goal is related to? Finances.
I got no financial goals. Just make it through.
Pay your bills, make it through, keep paying your grad school. But I think you do have a financial goal. You just have maybe it's not a New Year's resolution, but it's a goal. What was that look for this time?
Why can't my ambitions just be ambitions and not goals? Why do they have to be goals? Don't turn my ambitions into goals. That is only something I can do.
I think we're playing with semantics, but to get out of grad school without debt is a great ambition. We'll call it an ambition. That's not
a goal. That's what's happening. That's in motion.
And other people would say it technically also falls under a goal, but
it's not a goal if it's happening. It was never a thought in my mind that I was going to take out loans for grad school.
Okay. So it's an ambition.
That was not on the table.
This is the plan. There is no goal in this. It is just the plan.
There's no other option. I will not be taking out a loan. It's not happening.
Okay.
Therefore, no other option. Therefore, no goal.
Okay. So this brings up different things. The eye roll, girl.
I'm done with you. I'm done. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. So, but I do think this brings up different ideas, which is it just an ambition? Is this just you living your life? And sometimes goals aren't needed because, and I think that this might go back to this bigger concept because there's going to be some people who don't set New Year's resolutions because the things that they want in their life, they're just part of their everyday world. They're just making it happen. And so for you, that financial, how you're managing those aspects as you're going through your education, you're like, those aren't goals. That's just how you're building your life going through that. And that's the discipline that you're having. And so I'm like, how can we take that and pull those health goals into it? This is where I'm thinking like,
oh, those were also ambitions. I just pulled them out into goals just because for the sake of the episode.
Right. And
because they're not things that I'd normally be like, it's a new year. This is what I'm going to make happen. It's just like, no, this is what I'm going to do for the foreseeable future.
Right. And we've done this quite a bit though. We've said, let's do a month of no sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And we just set it and we do that. And sometimes it does start at the beginning of the month and what have you, or the beginning of a week. And let's do it for 4 weeks. So that's where it can give us opportunities. And I think that idea of a fresh start, which I think is ultimately what New Year's is about, is it gives us a very dedicated time. It's the most abrupt time that says we're ending this year, we're starting a new year. So this is a really good time to think about what do you not want to have carry over into the new year, and what do you want to make happen in the new year? And I think that's ultimately what New Year's resolutions and goals and this time allows us to do, is to really reflect and to state what we want. Those resolving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Takeaways?
My takeaways, besides that my daughter likes to play with semantics, which I really enjoy. The English teacher in me is like, yay, she likes to play on words, even though she would never admit to it.
The sassy Victoria is very much back in this episode. It's been a hot minute. I feel like I've been in a funk, but we're back.
We're back. Mm-hmm. So, that there's all sorts of words that people may be using as they're going through this. And I think that people are at different, their thought processes are different. And I think a lot of it is just thinking about what is it I want for myself and what do I want to make happen? And just, again, for me, it's just that time to really sit back and reflect and making certain, maybe that's it. Like, it's that chance to recalibrate your life. Like, this is where I want it to be going. And this is what I can do to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Side eye look, what's going on? What for you?
I'm thinking. I'm not thinking a whole lot. I feel like this just like reaffirmed that we are very different people.
Very.
Very.
And similar in some ways, but
similar
very different.
in some ways, but our thought processes, the way we set goals, the way we do things and go about things are very different. I have like no takeaways from this.
Really?
I think I said a lot. And I stand by what I said.
All right. So we're going to check in with you on December 31st.
Yes.
2026.
We're going to check in. We will be. If I don't have at least 4 of the 6 goals that I set completed, I don't know what's I don't know. I don't know.
You'll still be an amazing person.
I'll still be amazing, but like,
you'll just refine them for next year.
No. I will not be repeating my goals. Because like I said, they're not goals, they're ambitions. They just simply happen and I just simply do them.
You're just going to make it happen.
Anyways, we're done. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.